ठीक है भाई लोगों, लड़ने की जरूरत नहीं है। जिसको हिंदी में बात करनी हो हिंदी में बात कर सकता है, जिसको इंग्लिश में बात करनी हो इंग्लिश में बात कर सकता है। इसी बात पे शुरू करते हैं। हाय एंड वेलकम टू खेल नाउ टीवी। आप देख रहे हैं इनसाइड इंडियन फुटबॉल एपिसोड नंबर 61। थोड़ी बहुत खुशी मेरे चेहरे पे दिख सकती है। आई थिंक वेरी काइंड ऑफ नॉट वेरी हैप्पी, बट आई थिंक आई एम प्लीज दैट सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज टेकन state MAs and FSDL also into consideration for the draft constitution of AFF, and next Thursday they will hear the case again, basically, and give the final decision, which will be before the 31st of July, the deadline set by FIFA, which means by 15th of September there is high chance that we will have the elections. We will have the AFF new president and the new executive committee, which is very, very important for India going ahead. If we don't get that thing done by September 15, that means India's rights to host FIFA Under 17 Women's World Cup will be taken away. India will not be, eventually if we get banned by FIFA, so India will not be playing in AFC Cup also, by the way. It's not easy once you get banned to get unbanned again. So it's very important. I think it's a landmark, not decision I will say, but landmark opinion given by Supreme Court that their role is ultimately put the draft constitution in place. They don't have any saying in the sponsorship agreements and the deals which are already there at AFF. So I think I'm not going. All the stakeholders should still need to come together, and sit down at one table and finalize everything. I think it's very important. Unless all party doesn't come together, we will not have the solution. So I think finally Supreme Court has asked state member association of AFF and the FSDL to submit their objection to the draft constitution in 2 pages only. So which means they have to describe their concern in 2 pages, and and which next Thursday, which is just 7 days from today, which is 28th July, Supreme Court will hear the matter again. And they have already FIFA has put the deadline of 31st of July to put the final constitution on place, and they've also mentioned that election should take place before 15th of September. Another thing, I think, which is coming from Supreme Court side, is that they have clearly told everybody that they will not interfere into the commercial side of the AFF, which was the major conflict in this draft constitution. So master rights agreement between AFF and FSDL will not be addressed by the Supreme Court. So on this, I think bench have said that we don't get a commercial of a sports. Let's the new president, new executive committee decide, that who will be, what they want to do with that agreement. They want to continue, they want to discontinue it. And they also kind of kept the FSDL also on check. They have told that, we won't give a stamp to Mr. Salve, who is representing the FSDL plans, nor we going to enter it. Supreme Court, basically said that this is between AFF and FSDL. They don't want to get in between. So that's clear. One thing very sure that I think there was a confusion that I've seen some people on Twitter kind of celebrating. There are chances that ISL will not take place. I know Indian football is not that professional. We are in mess right now. But stopping national team playing, stopping our state national leagues, ISL, I League, Youth League, stopping them will only going to send Indian football backwards. And I think that's very important that we forget our differences. All the parties come together on board on a single table, sit down, and get the solution. So it's very important to get the solutions. And I think people are trying to influence the fans also. I've been seeing fans fighting each other on this matter. Somebody on the one team, somebody on the XYZ team. I think everybody, one thing is very common, everybody wants Indian football to grow. If they don't, I think that's the major issue. If everybody is raising the concern for the benefit of Indian football, that's very good, and that should be considered. But if somebody is just raising concern for their own benefit, I think then there is a big problem. So there is no rights between FSDL and AFF till 2040. The agreement or the document which is getting circulated on social media is the minutes of the meeting of the AFF executive committee. There is no written agreement happened between AFF and FSDL. The last, I think if you guys remember, before this court case and everything came, I on this channel said, I on this channel said that the 2024 agreement between AF and FSG is getting expired, and there is no clarification from both the parties on the next cycle of the agreement. The discussion for this have not take place. FSDL is cool about it. They don't want to show unless and they want to renew it. I think they're very cool about it. So I think there is no formal agreement is there between AIFF and FSDL that to agreement to continue till 2040. There are of course the minutes of the meetings which are getting circulated on social media that if they can generate 75 crores of revenue, or if they can give AIFF 75 crores rupees for next 5 to 10 years, agreement will get automatically renewed. But that was never the details I have, the information I have, that was never formalized. There nothing on a signing document have been presented or present right now where it is signed that the agreement will automatically get renewed from this year to this year if these things happen. Of course, this was suggested, recommended, but not formally officially done. That's what I'm told. So I'm not sitting at AIFF house, so I can't say that I have seen this, but this is what I'm told when I reach out to the both side of parties regarding the same, and Kumar says, what about the Ranjit Bajaj interval injury time with Arka Sandeep and Reshma Qureshi, who shows the reality of Indian football? Jaideep Basu is the best critic in general. No, I am not raising question on everybody. I think and Ranjit interview, and I am not against Ranjit. I think only Indian club muffler here behind me is of Minerva Punjab, by the way. And so it's not I'm against Ranjit. My whole idea is that we are together into this for Indian football. So I think if he's raising important points, I think it's fine. But again, people need to be very neutral to when they're analyzing those points, and you can't just say, I said last week, 2014, whatever happened with I-League clubs by AFF, top bodies, president, general secretary was not good. If you do same thing again, in 2024, saying ISL clubs are nullified, they are not on the top of the game anymore, top league of the India, and that's also not good. And two wrongs will not make one right. So I think what I feel that we are there in the roadmap. Will be I-League team winning promotion this season, getting into ISL next season. Why again? Bring all the doubts, all the clouds over it again, and I am not supporter of the दीपक भाई, I am not supporter of this Haji or anybody. भाई मैं सिंपल सी बात एक कह रहा हूँ आपको कि अगर एक I-League team, say Gokulam Kerala wins I-League, they come into ISL this next season, what's wrong into it? Now you want to get into a legal battle between ISL, I-League, FSDL, AIFF, which means there is no clarity over Indian top division, which means there will be no Indian clubs in AFC Champions League in next 3-4 years, which also means there is chances of FIFA or AFC intervening, which also means there will be chances of no proper domestic football, which means Indian football team not getting the exposure they need. So my whole point is, if there is a system in place now, something bad has happened in past, something wrong has happened in past, that doesn't mean we need to do wrong again. We are again going to open the box of doubts, saying that which league is the top league. 3 to 4 years ago, nobody was aware I-League was top league, ISL was top league, So that's my point. You don't want to open that doubt of boxes that, I-League is top league, ISL is top league, then ISL club is going to Supreme Court, or I-League club is going to Supreme Court, or these clubs going to AFC and FIFA. I think that's the major concern of mine. If say, just in case next year, I-League team is not given the promotion, and I think then I think should be they're going to Supreme Court and all. If they keep the promise of giving I-League team a promotion next season or season onwards, I think there is no harm into onto the roadmap right now. So I think that's also very important that I-League team should be getting promotion to ISL, and that will open the league for everybody. People are saying this league is close to riches. I totally agree. It has been close to riches. You need to pay, you need to bid for the franchisee rights. But if I-League teams genuinely win the I-League and go into the ISL, so I think that will open this for everybody, and that will be great thing for India. Finally, the doubts over our domestic structure will be cleared, and we are aware of everything, And I think if people want that I-League ISL fight again to be started, which was there for years, in Indian football, where players were confused which leagues they need to play for to play National League, fans were confused, AFC was confused. It is getting clarified everything now. We are aware that ISL team are in the Champions League. I-League team in the FC Cup, national team players are getting selected from ISL, or the ISL is a top league for the national team coach. So I think are we at that position again to go back 4 years back and open the that box of uncertainty over Indian football and say that we are not aware of which league is the top league and and everything. So that's my scene. And also if you compare, see, I-League, I have been watching I-League way before many of people are watching it. I have started watching I-League in 2009. From the Pune FC, Shillong Lejong became the first Indian, not Shillong Lejong came in 2011 and they became the first Indian club from Northeast to come into the I-League. So I have seen I-League from those days. Today, if you compare both the products in terms of quality, in terms of the organization, you see how I-League organized, how ISL organized. So I think these are the major things, a major difference between both the leagues. You can't say that if we close down ISL today and let's I-League let all ISL club come into I-League and let's organize the way I-League is organized, 2 p.m. match in afternoon. You can't watch football at that time. You can't hope your players to watching, and that should not be happening in the I-League. AFF has been running I-League for years, and we have seen how they've been running. I think ultimate solution, which I have seen, which I have suggested last week also, give every ISL club a vote each. Give AFF 2 votes, give FSDL 2 votes, and make a board of these. Everybody should have 1 member. AFF should have 2 votes. FSDL should have 2 votes, and and then give each ISL team 1 vote each, and then take all the decision from the voting. That's why the top leagues in the world are managed, and that should be not an issue with everybody that league is managed by a private body. I think that should be the way they're doing, and I have been recommending this for a while now, and I think that's the way going ahead. But don't you think it will take long term to get a 20-team leagues if only 1 team get promoted everywhere? I don't. Do you think that we have enough quality in Indian players right now to have a 20-team ISL? I think if we can make this 15-team ISL by say 2025 and 2026, then that means by 2030 we'll have 20-team teams in ISL. Our infrastructure, our sponsorship market, our fans in Indian football, we are not ready for 20 teams, not just the Indian players. The quality will get, there will be big gap between the, top ISL team and the bottom of ISL team. You can see right now how Mumbai City, how aggressive they are in the transfer market. ATK Mohun Bagan, how aggressive they are in the transfer market. If you just promote team for the namesake every year, you will see the difference. A club operating on 5 to 6 crores, a club operating on 15-20 crores, a club operating on 1 to 2 crores, and that will also ultimately you will get also lots of dead rubber in the league. So that will also going to decrease the TV ratings, decrease the sponsors interest in the league. You just take an example of IPL, for example. For how long IPL have been this close? They didn't expanded the tournament, and IPL, considering so many cricketers are there in India at the top level who are playing and quality cricketers, because there are many cricketers in India who are not into the Indian cricket team, but they can easily get into the other cricket teams. So they didn't expanded the IPL even with having so much money, so much sponsorship money, so much TV money. They took their time with the expanding the ISL. I think that's the same way. We can't just take 20-team ISL and hope for that the quality and everything will remain same. भाई क्वालिटी तो बुंडेसलीगा भी नहीं है, टॉप 6 ही है, ऊपर रहती है, पर आप जर्मनी का फुटबॉल कल्चर, मैं जर्मनी गया हूँ, बुंडेसलीगा मैंने बहुत क्लोजली देखी है. जो फुटबॉल कल्चर जर्मनी में है, आपके हर क्लब के हार्डकोर फैन है. अभी आईएसएल की जो क्राउड है ऑलरेडी ऑन डिक्लाइन है. We have not seen I-League clubs like Sudhaiva Delhi, Round Glass Punjab, Rajasthan United playing their home games. If they play home games, how many fans you are hoping they will getting on the stadium? Do you want football in the empty stadium? That's also a major concern. Let's take an example of Dempo Sporting Salwakar from Goa. How many fans they had when they were playing in I-League in last 5 years of their tenure in I-League? So do you want to watch that also? I think you can't ignore. You need fans in stadium to make the sports interesting. There's a reason why people watch IPL not just on TV, on stadium. Ranji, for example, Ranji Trophy in India, there are not many people in the stadium, and that's the way TV broadcaster also picked the game accordingly. They don't show all the games of Ranji Trophy on TV. So I think that's my concern. You can't just Germany has the football culture. India doesn't have the football culture right now. I personally feel if India can get 15 teams by 2025, and that's a great success, which means there will be at least 225 Indian players playing at the top level of Indian Super League, which is a great number, not a bad number, and there will be youth players in these teams also. And by 2030, if we can get at least 20 teams, which also mean that India will have at least 300 top players playing at the top level of Indian Super League, playing in the going into the AFC Champions League, AFC Cup. It will be great exposure. So I think that's my concern. I don't want to just expand the league to the 20 teams straight away, and when their dip of quality will be there. The interview with Stimac will take place tomorrow, so it will be coming out on the channel very soon. I have kind of put down the topics which I want to, and I'm going to mostly speak on the footballing term. I'm not going to speak much on what COA doing, what FSDL doing. I will mostly keep it my question related to Indian football team, Indian youth teams, Indian 23 team, which I want to know the opinion of the present head coach of India about that. Why not we are activating under 23 team parallel to our senior team. So I will ask these kind of questions to him instead of talking about COA and ISL versus I League. I don't want to get into that. I want to totally speak more on the sporting side. Ranjita says FSDL gives 7-day camp to Stimac for the September friendlies. How do you expect result, especially against strongest team? This camp thing is not a new topic, by the way. It's an old topic. It's what they are from Bob Houghton days. How do worldwide clubs, it's not FSDL who hold the rights of the players, it's the clubs. What is the FIFA law for the international friendlies? FIFA law says that all the clubs need to release the players 3 days before the FIFA friendly match day. So how can ISL clubs, how can FSDL or AFF force the ISL club to release their player? We have seen in past ISL club not releasing their players because they have every right, according to rules and regulation of FIFA, they have right to hold these players because they are the one who are paying these players and everything. So I think you can't in 2022, you can't have longer camps when your domestic football is going on. So I think that's the another major reason. It's not in the hand of the FSDL, it's in the hand of the clubs. Ask the clubs, ask your favorite club to release the Indian players. We have seen the Indian clubs not getting released in past. This is not the first time the camp question have come. There's a time when the Indian players were not released for the youth teams games in past. I League days, I'm telling you, not just the ISL days. So I think it's because the way FIFA structured the deal between for the international friendlies, for the international tournament, it's just the 3 days before the international friendly they have to release the players. So ISL clubs are following that. I League clubs have done that in past, by the way. It's not just the ISL club had done that. If the meeting in AFC headquarters happened on the 14th of October, how can we sign agreement with the AFC by AFF represented by Kushal Das had been? So I have not seen the sign agreement, Kumar. I will be honest with you. So if the sign agreement between, so let's take the one by one. If there's a sign agreement between AFC and AFF on 1st of October, why the I-League teams agreed on all the terms and conditions of those agreement on 14th of October? Nobody forced I-League team to agree those terms and conditions. Nobody forced I-League team to post for a photo when there was a combined statement coming from all parties together came on AFC and AFF side. Nobody stopped I-League teams at that time to come and talk to the media. We were open for the comments. We call I-League clubs for the comments. They could have told us confidently, they could have told us off the record that we have not agreed for these terms and conditions. They are forcing us to sign. Nobody came at that time. Now, how can we 2 years down the line, we can say, oh, we didn't agree for these terms and conditions, we are forced to sign, or we didn't sign. So that's my whole point is, I have not seen the sign agreement, first of all, between AFC and AFF. Even if that was signed, why I-League team agreed for all those terms and conditions on 14th of October when the meeting took place? That's one thing. condition for the I-League team was to get into ISL without paying franchisee fee. There should be promotion was given to I-League clubs. There will be promotion as per AFC roadmap. There will be relegation as per AFC roadmap, and there will be no franchisee fee will be taken from I-League teams. These were major three conditions of I-League teams when this roadmap was discussed. So I don't know what are other terms and conditions of I-League teams. It will be great if somebody can tell me what more they want from these things, you know, and let me know if I'm wrong here. This is my opinion, but we reach out to I-League teams in on the day of the meeting, after the meeting, if they want to say anything about the, you know, the agreed roadmap, and nobody said anything. That's my whole point. People should have been saying that time, and these were three major conditions by I-League teams to the AFC, FIFA and AIFF, that they want the promotion, they want the relegation, and they don't want to pay the franchisee fee. All three terms and condition was agreed by the AFC and FIFA, and that was put in there in the AFC roadmap. So I think I don't know. That's my, and I will go with factual, you know, facts which I know and which I am told. I'm not going with the, you know, hypothetical things right now. When will be interview with? I think if it's getting shoot tomorrow evening, I think it should be out by Monday or Tuesday, max to max Tuesday. I think Indian players should get more game time. We can achieve by more games. Indian players play 25 games with while others play 40-50. There's a way to do it. Why not do the cup competition? Federation Cup should be there, you know, to increase the number of games. That will also give different kind of thrill to the fans when there will be knockout competition going on simultaneously with the league, not just after the league. So I think there is a ways to increase the game. I'm not saying no to the new teams. I just don't want abruptly increase from 11 to 20 teams in one go. So now let's come to the Durand Cup also. Instead of working together, some people are doing their best to instigate the situation. But I agree, Sumit Sivades. People have been using this situation to get their agenda on top, and and I'm not putting an agenda here. My whole purpose is my national team should be playing in AFC Asian Cup. FIFA World Cup which taking place in India should take place. Our girls should get that exposure, and there should be no ban in Indian for AIFF or Indian football, because I don't want India to see what Pakistan seeing the situation right now. So that's my major concern. I'm happy if, say, all parties come together, they say we want 20 teams ISL, we want relegation promotion. I don't have any problem with it, but my whole issue is that being agreed 2 to 3 years ago, we are doing the same thing, which, you know, which we were discussing 3 years down the line, three years ago. That's my major issue, is people are using the situation to you know, bring back the old discussion and you know, and do the stuff. Kushal Das is employee of IMG. How he became the general secretary of AIFF? This is not a conflict of interest. Kushal Das is not a first. Kushal Das, yes, was the part of the IMG, and then he joined AIFF, and then the FSDL and AIFF or IMG reliance on AIFF deal took place. I think again, you can say it is a conflict of interest, but at a time he was not holding both the position. He was holding the one position only. So I think you can't say it is a conflict of interest, but I think people can change the job. So nobody, you know, you can't stop, say, you can't be working with FIFA and then coming to State Federation, then coming to AIFF because you work with FIFA. Let's talk about Durand Cup. Do you have realistic there will be FIFA ban? Yeah. So I had a discussion with my source at FIFA regarding the decision today, not decision, the opinion of Supreme Court which came. They say until unless you put the constitution according to our needs, you get state federation agree to the constitution, we are fine with that. The deadline of 31st of July is there, and get your election and get your president by September 15. We are not going to say anything. There will no ban. And the Supreme Court decision today looks like the opinion today looks like the step forward, as they have kind of kept the FSDR and the AFF deal on side. So, and they have asked to suggest the objection to the CUA in next 2 days, and I think hopefully that will be sorted in next 7 days, and we'll see the outcome on the next Thursday. Now let's come to the Durand Cup. There will be something on the B teams I'm going to speak about. So this is the Durand Cup groups 2022 for you guys. Group A, we have Bangalore FC, FC Goa, Jamshedpur FC, Mohammedan Sporting, Indian Air Force, Group B, ATK Mohun Bagan, Mumbai City FC, Rajasthan United, East Bengal, Indian Navy. Group C, Hyderabad FC, Chennai FC, Trao FC, Niroka FC, Army Red, which is take place in Manipur. Group D is Kerala Blasters, Odisha FC, Northeast Riders, Sudheva Delhi, Army Green. So Kerala Blasters now sending their A team to the Durand Cup. That's kind of a confirm now. Just like Jamshedpur FC, the confirmation which I gave last week. So Kerala Blasters have decided to, and I think the reason for that Kerala Blasters not sending their main team is also the experience they have last year. The month where the Durand Cup take place, it's a rainy season, and they didn't get much training time. There were lots of injuries for Kerala Blasters player. They have preferred for the pre-season tour in UAE, which take place parallelly to the Durand Cup. So I think, and they're playing some friendlies in UAE also. So I think they have decided, it's better to prepare for ISL by playing club side in UAE or in UAE instead of playing in Durand Cup where there's a doubt over the games due to rain. They're not training facilities not available. And Ivan was not very happy last year with the kind of pre-season Kerala Blaster had, and irrespective of that, they have a brilliant season. So I think that's one thing. Other thing, I think the way things are going on right now, I am not seeing many ISL teams sending their first team to the Durand Cup, especially with foreigners. I think we're going to see mix of a B team player and some of youngsters from A team to Durand Cup. I think that looks like the thing. The major thing from Durand Cup is that nobody is calling that team as a B team anymore. It will be first team. It's just the players, the young players, will getting more chance. But I'm waiting for the individual confirmation, from clubs. As of now, I only have confirmation from Jamshedpur FC and Kerala Blaster that they are sending their B team. So let's see. Are Kerala Blaster reserves better than Army Green? Army's team are good team, I will say. It's just that they are not a professional player, they are amateur player. But I think it will be interesting to see that how the reserve team player do the thing. I have heard that Sports 18 will telecast Durand Cup. As of now, Vicky, there's no official confirmation. Just like you heard, I inquired about it, but I have not got the official confirmation from the from the organizer. So we'll wait for it. Please call Mr. Bajaj show and he will show all the proofs. Why are you not calling me? Bhai Kumar Reddy? So don't worry. I have been in touch with Mr. Bajaj. I have asked him when he was in Delhi to to come to the studio. He's a busy schedule, so we'll touch the base again with him. And don't worry, I have nothing against anybody. Okay, I'm here to listen all the opinions, but then again, I also have to see the factually other side. It also, right now what is happening, people are presenting only one side. You have to present the other side. Is it correct thing right now if we say all of a sudden to ISL teams that ISL is not the top league anymore, you will not go to the AFC Champions League or the second tier of India? What about the players who have a long-term deal with these clubs? Where they will go? They should be going to the I-League clubs then, where I-League will be going to the Champions League. So I think we have to wait for that. And I think my whole point is why the I-League club didn't spoke when the final roadmap was present. What was the major condition of the I-League clubs? 3 conditions provided by I-League club was relegation, promotion, and no franchisee fee for I-League team. All 3 conditions were agreed by all the parties, and there was a roadmap was agreed accordingly. So I think that's the thing. Let's come to the other topics. As interesting topic is about Pereira Dias, Kerala Blaster. If you remember about Pereira Dias, I've said on this show that I was not expecting to go to Mumbai City FC just for the respect for the Kerala Blaster, but I was not expecting Greg Stewart to go to Mumbai City FC, not just again for the respect for the Jamshedpur FC. If you remember, I think start of this season on this show I've said that ISL teams are turning towards signing players who has done well in ISL in past, because they have seen some like Hyderabad FC doing well, signing Ogbeche, Juan and everybody, Ivan Gonzalez and everybody, because they felt that that model is going to work, and I think that's have worked in part. Ogbeche getting success in all the clubs. I think that's what Mumbai City has made their mind. They want to get the best foreigners from the league only, and that's what the recruitment have been shown till now. If you go through the recruitment right now, let me open Mumbai City FC. Say they have arrival of Vinit Rai on loan, Changte on loan, kind of a, you can say, on Changte they made permanent. Two players, best players at their team. Vinit Rai was one of the best player, one of the best Indian players at Odisha FC. Changte was one of the best player with with Chennai FC. He was signed. Then they signed Albert Nogueira, one of the best player at Goa. Greg Stewart, one of the best player in the league. Pereira Dias, one of the best players at Kerala Blaster. So I think, and then of course they signed Rostin Griffiths also, who came from their sister concern. I think their model is very simple now because they feel the core of the squad is ready. They just need to sign the better players, best players on their position to improve their squad, and that's what they've done this transfer window. So I think is it right strategy? My fans might feel betrayed. Say for example, Kerala Blaster fans will say, they got somebody like Alvaro Vasquez and Pereira Dias to the India, but I think that fans should be proud same way because it was Kerala Blaster club as a club who scouted these two players. They brought them to India. It's fine if other clubs have taken that. Now Kerala Blaster they have to trust Kerala Blaster management and the scouting system again to get the similar kind of players. And sometime it will work, sometime it will not. But I think that's the way this market, football transfer business is very complicated and very demanding and very challenging. Kerala Blaster, when they were told, so they were not told by the offer Pereira Dias had for Mumbai City FC, the name of the club. They were told the money he was offered, and they thought that this money will not offered by the ISL club. They thought that it will somebody Middle East club is offering that money. But ultimately, I think they felt that it's important for them to the salary structure they have put in place after last season onwards. They don't want to disturb that for just one player, and it's fine. They have gone out of retaining both the foreign strikers and going for the new players. I think it's fine. Club have every right to protect their salary structure. But Star Sports is stakeholder in ISL. How can a broadcaster be stakeholder of a league? There are stakeholder for the 10 years which getting expired in 2024. That's one. Another thing is when the ISL was launched in 2014, they needed a broadcaster who has a good reach, who has a good marketing team, and Star provided them. Star marketing is at a different level compared to Sony at that time. You remember that time IPL also gone out of the hand of the Sony. Sony didn't have much deal. 10 was kind of getting shut down, not doing much in Indian football, and the Sony and 10 was getting merged. So I think that time the deal made sense for ISL. 2024 onwards, I think they will go for a fresh broadcaster, and they will be bidding for the fresh broadcaster. So the stakeholder, they are part of the stakeholder as a group, but I'm not sure that they will be remaining there as a broadcaster after 2024. I think there will be fresh bidding happening for the broadcaster after 2024. Northeast foreign updates are in them. Northeast have been speaking to the ISL player, foreigner who played in ISL in past. So they are looking for that attacking midfielder position again, or a secondary striker, you can say. So I think they were still waiting for the final confirmation. I think now 21st of July is there. Next couple of days, because window will start getting in Europe. Window has been expanded because of season is starting early in Europe this time around because of World Cup. So there will be time for the players to wait to make the final move in Europe, and I think we'll going to see the final movement of the remaining empty spots in ISL teams and remaining teams who didn't sign their foreigners to be kind of taking pace in next couple of days. I think after 31st of July onwards only we'll see more clubs like Northeast getting their foreigners done, or East Bengal getting their foreigners done, or the remaining clubs. So Kerala Blaster forward is remaining, so they're also waiting for, I think, because some of these players wait for last moment before deciding they want to continue Europe. They should not want to continue Europe. Durand Cup should have an attractive price, otherwise no team will take it serious. It's an army tournament. You can't ask army to give an attractive price. They give a good price, by the way. It's not that the prize money is very bad. Clubs are not there for prize money. They are there for the pre-season, but it's the way it is organized. By the way, there are 2 p.m. game at the Durand Cup. That's one. Second thing is the facilities for training is not that good. So I think these are the reasons some of teams skipping the the Durand Cup. I have not heard anything from Ishan Pandit to ATK Mohun. I think he will stay at Jamshedpur FC. BP Soyer, no new development to Kerala Blaster as of now. Heard that Puyuthar renewal is completed with Kerala Blaster. If you guys remember, last few weeks, I just go with my notes again, and Puyuthia had just 1 year deal left with Kerala Blaster. There is no new deal have been agreed between both the parties as of now, and I think there are high chances that it might not agree in this transfer window. It might go to the during the season, and then we'll figure it. Then we'll get the update. I think Ayush also have a 2 year left with Kerala Blaster, and you know there are a couple of more players who have a 1 year and 2 year left, Indian players. So I think both the parties are not in hurry right now. You can't say it's a complicated right now. I think we have to wait and then see that what they will do with it. Let's go back to the notes again. Also, I think another transfer we should speak about is Roy Krishna to Bengaluru FC. Bengaluru FC wanted Roy Krishna for very long, and I think we discussed last week, Friday only, we discussed about Roy Krishna being the primary target for Bengaluru FC. I thought it might not happen because the previous offer of Bengaluru FC was not accepted by Roy Krishna, but they have improved their offer and they finally got their man. And I think looks like they wanted to sign Roy Krishna a couple of seasons back also. But I think is Roy Krishna at the top of his game the way he was 2 years before? That's interesting to see. But you can also say there was a change of system at ATK Mohun Bagan, and he was not getting the kind of service he wants. At Bengaluru FC, I think with the kind of players they have, I think he might be he suits best for the counter-attacking team, and looks like that Bengaluru FC going to set up on a 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1 in a counter-attacking formation. Any Indian striker to Kerala Blaster? I think VP Sohair, of course, was in list of Kerala Blaster, but not happening. FSGL didn't tell promotion will happen. Gaurav, if you go back to the roadmap announcement, there was a mention of representative of FSGL in that meeting. FSGL representative was there in the meeting. ISL clubs were there in the meeting. I-League clubs were there in the meeting. So why did FSGL need to separately tell there will be promotion happen? When AFC has already announced, when EFA was already announced, why did say ISL club need to announce or FSGL need to announce there will be promotion be happening? Is Namteen and 20 SAF final squad is still not out. I think we have to wait for it to before we can figure it out that who are the final players. What's your opinion on Rockstar says? Yeah, Kerala Blaster new signing. I think. I have a mixed opinion as of now, because if you ask me, he's not that old again, and because he's just 24, we might not have seen his top of his game right now. He's a midfielder, so midfielder generally get matured and better when they are in second part of their 20s, after 25, and he can play on multiple positions. He can play DM, he can play CM, he can play centre back also. So I think good utility signing for Kerala Blaster. I'm not sure that will he be the first 4 foreigners for Kerala Blaster. Of course, we have to see the full team of Kerala Blaster before we can say anything. But I think if you ask me, I think I'm still not sure, because there is not much there to be seen of his game right now. But I think again, he is just 24. That means he is still developing, and he has the potential to be to be there. So I think good signing by Kerala Blaster. That's the age group I want now ISL club to to get the players from, and to play in the Ukraine top league, play in Premier Liga is not easy, and he has also played in the cup competition, and of course his regular game time came recently only, so that shows that he started getting better in recent time. And again, people are judging defensive midfielder by the by the number of goals and assists. That's another crazy theory I have seen. So I think he played in top Ukraine tier, and any day European tier who are playing in UEFA competition is better than ISL for sure. So I think Ukraine football is not that easy also. We have seen many top Brazilian players coming to Ukraine before going to the better European clubs. So I think it will be interesting to see that how he does in India. And I think I'm great that Kerala have signed him. The reason I'm saying is that get these foreigners, maybe play them couple of years and then sell him to the foreigners, foreign clubs. Another revenue stream can be generated for the ISL team. So I think I'm overall generally I'm happy, but at this stage I'm not sure that he will be the first choice for foreigners in the playing 11. We have to see the we will have to see the who are the other foreigners before taking that call. I have no confirmation of Chennai FC first team as of now. Arham, I have just a confirmation of Kerala Blasters and Jamshedpur FC. As of today, I think we'll try to get confirmation on other teams also. Hopefully next week we have the confirmation regarding other teams that who they are saying. Virat Kohli should come to watch FC Goa game and take break from cricket, says Mr. A. That might help him maybe with this cricket form. Bangalore FC are very close to get the Asian signing, Satvik. I think it should be done in next couple of days. Paperwork is only the remaining thing for that signing to be done. For the best signing of this summer window, okay, I think till now, best signing of this summer window. Let's go by club. Let's start with Jamshedpur FC. Not much they have announced till now, so we can't say they were the best. Nothing much Hyderabad FC has done prominent. ATK Mohun Bagan. I think signing of Pogba will generate eyeballs, but I still feel that he is not the best signing for me. Till now, I like the Kerala Blaster signing of Ivan, the player, and the striker, Greek Australian striker. He's also good, but I think Mumbai City signing somebody like Greg Stewart. I think signing the best player of the league has to be the top signing. But again, same with Bangalore FC, signing somebody like Roy Krishna is not a bad call. Javi Hernandez is not a bad call again. Other than that, I think till now Odisha FC has done decently well. Got somebody like Diego Mauricio back. Sol Crespo, good signing. Pedro Martin, good signing. Victor Rodriguez, good signing. But I think for me right now, okay, let's come to Chennai FC also. I think Chennai FC foreigners are good. On paper, they are very solid. Looks like a very solid as a unit. But I will still go with the I like the signing of somebody like at FC Goa. There are two signings. One is Nora Sodoi. It's a good Asian signing, if you ask me. And the centre back Paris Arnaut, I'm not much impressed with, but Nora Sodoi, I mean, it's a good signing for FC Goa. East Bengal have not, of course, Ivan, they have kind of announced, but I think I still go with Greg Stewart. The way he played last year for Jamshedpur FC, I think interesting signing for Mumbai City FC. They have improved their team. Let's see. Kerala Blaster foreign striker not done and have to wait. I think they are also not in hurry because that's important signing. They got one foreigner in on the same position. The striker now they are looking for is their main primary target. So they are just want to make sure they get the primary target. Sandesh Jhingan to Bangalore FC, not heard anything as of now. So let's wait for that. Premier League Next Gen Cup. Players, both the Indian teams, Bangalore FC and Kerala Blaster are going to play into it. There will be live streaming for sure. I'm not told by the broadcaster from Premier League side who will be there, so we have to wait for that. And then good exposure for Indian clubs to go to UK and play, and good exposure for the Indian players. Any update on Odisha? By Odisha के foreigners हो ही गए Amlan, and I think looks like at this stage they are also going to send the reserve team to the Durand Cup. Now no confirmation I have right now, but I have to wait for the official confirmation to get from the club side. But I think it looks like they are going to send the reserve team only. What is the right decision for Sandesh Jhingan? Play for East Bengal or go abroad? I think if we are in the AFC Asian Cup year, if you ask me, if he get a playing time abroad, Sandesh Jhingan will not get a play time in top European league in top level. He should look for the second tier club at this stage where he can play regularly, first choice centre back. I think that's the way Sandesh Jhingan should be, and then maybe make a move next year to the top tier club. If he can't make that move, I will ask him to. I will recommend him to play for the Indian club, start every day, and go fully fit to the AFC Asian Cup. And again, gaming, AK and all, I can't take personal comments against anyone, so sorry, I will not take your comment, but I understand your feeling right now. Is it possible to see Saurabh Mandal as a right back? He had played there before. I think of course, it's of course possible, to see Saurabh Mandal playing as a right back, and he has, as you already said, he played there. But I think club will look for the look for the expertise of the right back to be playing in the important position. So that's what my opinion on that. Just another comment which has gone up. Also, Baby League have been announced by AFF will take place this season. So I think that's a good. Finally, grassroots football is coming back. I think next announcement should be related to the, should be related to the. Should be related to the youth leagues for the I think Saurabh Mandal did well in I League. Let me also check his heat map. I thought of, just give me a second. Oh, sorry. What is the software name? Just give me 1 second. I'm just looking for the heat map for Saurabh Mandal. So just bear with me for a couple of seconds. And his heat map for last 5 matches is looks like that he played mostly on the right side of the right side of the Churchill brothers. So let me share the Saurabh Mandal heat map with you guys. Also, just give me 1 second. Here is the Saurabh Mandal heat map on your screen. So I think looks like one of the signing for the team who can play on the multiple position, if you ask me. So I think that's the way they have seen Saurabh Mandal. I think he's done well for Churchill Brother in those games. I was just looking for his numbers also. How many challenges he has won per game. Last season, average per match he has 0.46 key passes, 1.85 crosses, and looks like a decent signing. Who can dribble also, good dribbler of the ball, good tackler of the ball. So I think again another signing which Kerala Blaster have made from the from watching these I League games. So I think it's interesting to see how he does in ISL level. Of course, he's still young. And another thing about Saurabh Mandal is that he can play on the both the he can play with both feet. Not many players are available in Indian football who are both fitted. So mostly he play as a left midfielder, right attacking midfielder, right back. He has done in his career till now. So I think great. So and another thing, he's a good tackler, good crosser, and good dribbler of the ball. So I think good signing by Kerala Blaster again, and I think that's the way to look into. Maybe they are not quality of Indian player available for you in the market. So maybe go for I League clubs, who can, or go for young Indian players who can scout like these and who can play on the multiple position. So that's for the Saurabh Mandal. Which, if you guys want to know about anything else, strongest unit as per now, I gave a super chat. Said somebody. Let me also look at your super chat. ओके जाहिद खान आपके सुपर चैट आया है तो मैं मुंबई सिटी एफसी राइट नाउ लुक्स लाइक अ स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट यूनिट बिकॉज यू आर बेस्ट आईएसएल प्लेयर्स but you can't ignore the rebuild FC Goa is doing with their their coaching the team and everything. I'm surprised with the lack of activities at Jamshedpur FC at Hyderabad FC. I think they should be improving these teams. ATK Mohun looks like a strong. Bangalore FC looks like going back to the roots of English football, the way they started. So I think it's great. And as of now, on paper, Mumbai City FC, just like last year, looks like an interesting team. I'm still waiting for the confirmation for the head coach for Mumbai City FC. Who will be the head coach? I think once that gets sorted out, I think we should be talking about Ayush Chetri. Somebody asked, I think he's a decent player. If you ask me, last season scored 3 goals for ISL. Youngster who can play again on multiple of position, but I think I can't see him playing more in the attacking center attacking midfielder. I think he will be putting into those wing position. So I think another good upcoming Indian player, which we see in a long term, that how he's going to do. That's very interesting to see. But I think only thing is that I don't want to put the pressure on him right now, considering considering just 19. So let's wait for him to develop, and then maybe we talk more about him. And that's why I don't want to talk about these footballers who are at the early age, and which might put lots of pressure on them. So that's interesting. I think Ayush Chetri is a very decent footballer, and very honest with you, I have seen I-League in bits and pieces last season because of the work, and hopefully this season because it got a bit boring when in I-League or ISL also got a bit boring in between, when they're playing without crowd and everything. So I think Ayush Chetri, I can't see with his height and everything in the center midfield. So let's see how he do that once he start playing in the say ISL or the when he play for FC Goa, which position he plays. So I think that will be interesting to see. But I think another good young player, upcoming player who can play in those center midfield. But again, Indian football as of now Indian football team as of now getting good midfielders. So I think Ayush Chetri will join the list of those players only. Let me take a couple of more questions before we can end this. Will you do an interview with Bangalore FC coach? Satvik, we have been in the process of getting coaches to the podcast, so don't worry, we'll get SAF telecast. तो बहुत मुश्किल है गौरव, but I think there will be live streaming for sure, or there will be telecast on the say Nepali or Bangladesh channel, which we might see in India also. I don't see Ishan Pandita leaving Jamshedpur FC. That's I've taken. Lal Chonka has not decided where is coming ISL or not decided as of now. Which are the teams who have the good core of Indian players? I think, of course, Bengaluru, FC Goa, HK Mohun Bagan have a good core of Indian players. I think Kerala Blasters have a decent Indian players. Indian players are very young also, so I think you can't put on the top list, but they have a decent. Other than that, I think Hyderabad has a good core, and they have been developing good core of Indian players. But of course, we know that where the top Indian players are playing, so. Youngsters, Hyderabad also have a good youth team players coming to their senior team, so that's also that is also good setup they have. So I think between FC Goa, Bengaluru, ATK Mohun Bagan, and Mumbai, I still don't feel they have the good core. They have a good first choice Indian players, but I think the bench strength is still not very good. Mumbai hype, because there is no confirmation. Last year we thought that Sajal Lebera will be the head coach, and ultimately got changed. And I think I am still waiting. I have not heard the confirmation. That's I'm only saying. I am not saying that he is going away. I am still waiting for my confirmation. Nationality of prime foreign striker of Kerala Blaster. I think Polish striker who played in Spain was in talks with them. There was another Spanish striker. They were also in talks. So I think we can't say that who are the first choice as of now. We have to wait for to be, we can tell the nationality. ATK Moga leaving Sandesh, Hugo, Aminder, is that true? Sandesh is not there with ATK Mohun. He don't have the contract with them. Hugo Mumu and Aminder are under contract, but as of now, we have not heard anything they are leaving or not. Ashish, why ISL club not building world-class training facility? I'm not asking about building stadium, at least training pitches and facilities. That's work in progress, by the way. Some of the clubs have done that. Bengaluru FC have good facilities. FC Goa is building their own facilities. Kerala Blasters have been doing so. You have to see that, because of COVID, last 2 seasons, ISL took place in at Goa only. So I think clubs, once it go to home and away, now they're going back to the basics. You will see clubs developing their own facilities very soon. I can't say all clubs are going to develop it, but some of the clubs, Jamshedpur have their own facilities, Bangalore FC have their own facilities, the The other clubs have also started doing it, and I think very soon you will see other clubs have their own facilities, at least training facilities they will have. Chances of ISL remaining top league, 100% from my side. I don't think the status quo getting changed irrespective of the what people say. I don't think FIFA and AFC are going to tolerate that, that I League was top, then ISL was, then both the league was made equal top league, now ISL was made top league, now get back I League in top league. We're going to not going to the loop of that. Ranjit should see the both side. I think ISL destroy Indian football. Indian draw with China, Asian Championship, Qatar. I know he had not seen the Asia Cup performance. We were good. That's I am not sure what you're saying. Wait until CFC build City Football Academy in Mumbai. We have to wait and see. We can't say that what they will do. We can't judge them on the future. We have to see the present. Let's see how much grassroots activities they do this season in Mumbai. What about youth academies at various ISL clubs? As of now, residential academies, not many ISL clubs have the residential academies. Bengaluru have their own residential academy. Jamshedpur FC via Tata Football have their own residential academy. Odisha FC are trying to get the residential academy set up again. FC Goa trying to get the residential academy set up again. I hope Northeast United some kind of activate their academy or youth teams in Guwahati now. East Bengal, for example, in past used to have the youth teams and academy also, but let's see. Mohun Bagan, I'm not sure what happened to Mohun Bagan Sale Academy. So I think now again because of COVID, we can't blame the clubs. Now this is the year we will see how much grassroots activity each club does. That will be interesting to see. ATK Munga finally investing in youth development with foreign head coach. Your thoughts? I think that's the way to go forward because you can't keep on buying Indian players for crores of rupees, and I think that's the game. And I think that's also mandatory for our ISL clubs to do it. It's just that people might do it sometime on the on paper only. So I think it's interesting. It's great that doing it. They should be also using the infrastructure which Mohun Bagan used to have in past. They had a good scouting system. Mohun Bagan, Brias Miranda, somebody asking. I have given my opinion. Again, another player who's coming, who's a both fitted by the way, who can play both feet. Primarily played on the left side of the wing, and I think that's where we might see him playing because Rahul KP plays on the right side. Will he start straight away for Kerala Blaster? I think I have to. We have to wait for that. Let's see how he does in pre-season. Last year is 1 goal, 2 assists in I-League. But I think another youngster who will do well. But again, mostly play on the left side. So I think. Decent player, I will say, but still not ready for to be first team action straight away for Kerala Blaster. But I think with time he will develop for sure. East Bengal signed contract, not done as of now. Ashish has nothing to do with JRD Tata Stadium, Jamshedpur FC. It was built long ago. It was built by Tatas only, right? So. It's not that Jamshedpur doesn't have anything to do with it. It's they are part of the same family, and that's how Jamshedpur FC function. They are part of a Tata group. The operations and everything are just like any other Tata company for Jamshedpur FC. So I think it's of course built by Tatas, but again, just like Tata TFA is now part of Jamshedpur FC, the stadium is now also part for the Jamshedpur FC. They're going to build, they are already building more infrastructure in the city for football, so don't worry about it. I'm not saying build by ISL, it's built by ISL franchises or their owners. I am not seeing Kerala going with single foreign striker. I think they will sign another foreign striker for sure. Will Pyutia change this club? I have not heard anything regarding Pyutia changing club this year. I think he'll stay with Kerala Blaster. This is for a couple of weeks ago when I made my notes. I have to check the latest status. I will check and let you know maybe next week. Ranjit sir says Saji wanted Indian government to award Bharat Ratna to Praful Patel. I have not heard. I have not seen any recommendation. First of all, the Praful Patel getting Bharat Ratna doesn't have any legs. Well, I am not sure anybody on their senses can recommend that and can give that Bharat Ratna. We have seen, what kind of people are given Bharat Ratna. So I think it's already very funny that if somebody will recommend Mr. Patel for the Bharat Ratna, and this is nothing to do with Mr. Patel or Praful Patel with his credential and all. It's just funny. It's a politician. We have not seen many politicians getting the Bharat Ratna. So and that's already is it's funny on a funnier side. I have, Barisan Ghosh, I have cleared that I have not told by anybody that there was any agreement signed for the extension of the master agreement between FSDL and IFF. What I know that there are minutes of meeting document which are getting circulated on social media. I have to still see any proper agreement done between both the parties. This is way before this thing got active. I've checked with AFF and FSDL. They said there are no discussion have taken place post 2024. What will the deal between both the parties? So I am not told by anyone that the deal between both the parties have done or not. Anything about Northeast United domestic signing? I think many of the players Northeast are trying to sign are also wanted by East Bengal. So we have to wait for that East Bengal situation to get clarified before we can, players can take the decision. There news for FIFA ban India is that the way it's going, there will be no ban on India. Sayed Chaudhary, don't worry about it. So that's the clarification I can give to you. Ashish bhai, Odisha FC की team में देखकर आपके views. I still feel Odisha FC always have weaker on their Indian players. They have kind of overly dependent on the young Indian players. I still feel they need to sign some experienced Indian player on some key position. And the way Vineet Rai has also left the club, again they are very, very, very young on the Indian player side. So that's where they started struggling in just not on foreigners. They have always signed decent foreigners. I personally feel the past management also, has put in there too much responsibility on young Indian players. You need to mix it up sometime, with Indian players. भाई रंजीत दास जी के रिसेंट से बताया ये मैंने ले लिया है. ATK Mohan can accept one more. I don't think ATK Mohan doing many more domestic signings. The squad is kind of set now. They already kind of stacked in their domestic player position. Will Ginao able to create an impact? And I think he definitely can. Good profile, but again we have said this for many players who have not done it, and we sometimes felt that this player is not good and that player particularly went to do very well in the ISL. So we have to wait until we see this player in action, especially ISL is not easy league to play. ये मैंने बता दिया है. Sir, when JFC announced their foreign players, JFC foreign signing, I think mostly their foreign signing we have announced in August only, not in July. Carolis, I didn't, my opinion, didn't make any opinion. If you remember my show last year also, I've talked about it. He's trying to do stuff, he's trying to change the way Killer Blasters have been operating, and I think done well. Have to give him credit for the last year's success. If they'd not done well, we would have been critical of him. Now let's see how he can continue this year with the difficulties of not able to retain their primary two forwards. How he recover for that? Can he get another two good forwards? He got the one more forward. Can get a primary forward in. That will tell about more of his character this season, especially. Did Mumbai pay any transfer fee Pereira Dias? What I am told, I don't think they have done anything. I think club has Pereira Dias have secured his release from his club, or I am not sure what the terms and conditions for between Pereira Dias and his parent club. यार Barisan Ghosh, मैंने क्लैरिफाई कर दिया आपका कमेंट, आप वापस जाके देख सकते हो. Why FC Goa not signing Indian players? Many Indian players released, but there are no replacement. Quality of the Indian players availability you have to also see. VP Swear updates, no latest update as of now. I will try to get maybe Carolis for a podcast or something, and we'd love to see if he visit Delhi or something. We can host him in a studio. But let's see. I think right now priority is to get the coaches on board. STMAC is getting done this week on Friday tomorrow, and then hopefully there will be Jamshedpur FC coach getting done this week only. Will be followed up by a couple of more coaches. I think Chennai FC I'm trying to get. So let's see. I think team is working on that. I will get availability. I will do those shows. Who can surprise in Durand Cup? We have to wait to see what kind of teams we are seeing in Durand Cup before we take the individual player names. And I think most of the comments, SAF under 22 squad still not out. We have to wait for the final squad. If we have to watch by more than 200 people, but not 200 likes भी नहीं हुए, तो please यार like भी कर दिया करो videos. सिर्फ आप देखते हो, information लेते हो और चले जाते हो. And do subscribe to खेलना हो TV and put the notification bell. There will be more live streaming coming. कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स आने वाले हैं कुछ दिनों में, तो डू सपोर्ट इंडिया. सारा कवरेज चल रहा है खेलना.com पे, आप जाके देख सकते हैं. ऑल द ट्रांसफर न्यूज आर ऑल्सो देयर, एवरीथिंग, सारा चीज वेबसाइट, एवरीथिंग इज कमिंग ऑन द वेबसाइट. Couple of things I want to share. We have started Instagram handles, specific Instagram handles for world football, which is खेलना FC. सो इंस्टाग्राम पर अगर आप हैं तो आप जाके फॉलो कर सकते हैं. एंड एक और हैंडल और एक शो स्टार्ट किया है, इंडियन ओलंपिक ड्रीम. दिस प्रोजेक्ट इज वेरी क्लोज टू माई my heart. I want to build the ecosystem towards the Olympic sports. So Indian Olympic dream मेरा एक खुद का भी एक सपना है कि India win 10 medals, Olympic medals in you know how we can win that. So I am going to do lots of stuff on that domain. So उसका भी Instagram handle start किया है, so you guys can go and follow that Indian Olympic Dream on Instagram. And of course traditional links of Khelna are there in the description tab. You can follow Khelna on Twitter @Khelna on Instagram also. बाकी आप मुझे फॉलो कर सकते हैं ट्विटर पे 7 नेगी आशीष. स्टीमैक के लिए कोई क्वेश्चंस हैं आप मुझे ट्वीट करिए. यू कैन सेंड मी ऑन ट्वीट DM or you can send me on Instagram anywhere. 7 Negi Ashish is my username. Do search and send me. If I like your question, I will definitely going to ask the question to STMAC, and I'm going to take your name also. So you can send that questions by today or till tomorrow 12. I will take those questions and keep it on a sporting side. Let's ask these sporting questions. I'm not going into the controversial side of COA, his contract and FSDL and IL and ISL, because as a national team coach, he's already touched those points, and I will of course going to ask on sporting side on those questions. But you know that's the point. Raini, Sushita, Narendra, अच्छे players हैं. Maybe top 6 can be realistic. I think that's the also point, Amlan. What the target for them? I know Raini, Susiraj, Narendra are good players, but again these are not on the experience side. You need Indian. You know, I'm not saying sign old players, but Indian players. Raini have played a lot in recent time. Mike Susiraj is good players, have playing in ISL, I-League, national team. Narendra is also decent player, but again these are, how to say, the leadership from the Indian player is also missing. You know, the leadership, you need those leadership players in part of a domestic setup. So I think that's where they might be lacking all these years. That I personally feel. Kela was sending the reserve team for next gen cup, right? So which team Kela sent for Durand Cup, next gen cup end date? I think there will be a reserve team in the Durand Cup, next gen cup. I have to just check the schedule. I think it will be ending before the Durand Cup starts. That's what I think. I will try to do the podcast with Mr. Bajaj also. Don't worry, Gaurav Jain. Domestic signing, not any Indian comings for striker for Kela other than Kela Raster. I think they still have to sort out their outgoing before they decide on the Indian players. But I think they're scouting some youngsters from Indian Arrows also. So I think those players are not done. So maybe they will get somebody from Indian Arrows also, but not sure right now. Get Des Buckingham on show. Media team is easy to approach. I think that's Buckingham will be. I think we'll get some coaches for sure. यार किलर आप फिर से वो सवाल लेके आए यार खुद देयर इज नो ट्रुथ इन दैट राजीव प्रभाकरन वांटेड गवर्नमेंट टू आई एम स्टिल feel it very funny that somebody want Indian government to award Mr. Patel Bharat Ratna. Even Mr. Patel will not take Bharat Ratna by himself, so that's already a very funny thing to say. And Kamal, Sahil, Narendra, Delgado, Subham, Thaiba, Ranir, Saul, Victor, Jerry, Pedro, decent lineup. I think I'm not saying Jamshedpur say always have a good team. I'm not sure why they have not done well all these years. That's my Odisha FC 100 and all these years. That's my question, Amlan, for you as a fan. What do you feel? I personally feel they have put in lots of responsibility on these young Indian players. They just need to compete more freedom and get the responsibility to be taken by your foreigners or your some senior Indian players. Opinion of Mumbai City FC basically buying a best player with City photograph, destroying the competition. That's what happened in the leagues, and I think that's where the league was going towards. ATK Mormagan have been doing it for recent years. Now Mumbai City FC, other clubs have to start, other clubs have to start, thinking about how they can deal with it. Maybe if you get a good foreigner in, I will say sign a 2-year deal or sign a 1+1 deal. Say automatic extension for the players, because when that particular player is coming to your club for 1 year, I think there is always risk with it. But I think there is a risk that you might sign a foreigner which might not work, and then you have to keep that foreigner for 2 years. So I think this can backfire sometime. This can help you with the 2-year contract. So that's really great. Amount of 70 crores to AFF, is that fixed? 70, I'm not sure, because recent times in last couple of years AFF has getting around 75 crores. So not sure the 70 crore will be fixed. So I have to check that. Gola technology to ISL, not happening. I'm not told anything about. We have to wait for that. I felt there is no continuity of management. They should give realistic targets, maintain core of team so that we can improve. I think that's also an important point. They have been changing coaches every year. I felt maybe they could have continued with Kiko Ramirez. but not sure, what are their realistic target. They want to win ISL every year, they want to get top 4 every year. It's not going to happen. You have to give the coaches some time, chance to build the team. Take big example of Hyderabad and Jamshedpur FC. Both the clubs, they gave the coach chances and they have done well in the last ISL season. भाई हम नयन हम किसी को कुछ नहीं बोल रहे हैं, तो डोंट वरी अबाउट इट दैट वी आर टारगेटिंग एनी पर्टिकुलर प्लेयर. जस्ट द ओपिनियन ऑफ आई एम टेकिंग पीपल क्वेश्चंस. सो इफ दे आर सेइंग समथिंग, आई एम नॉट सेइंग इट. 70 crores or 25 revenue, which is higher? I think it depends on how the revenue will be higher. Can Kerala get the financial of ISL club? We would love to see the wage structure. I think we can work on that. That's not a big thing to get. Nowadays, Kerala as a reserve are so busy this year, so they are only reserves who get more matches time. KPL, next gen, Durand Cup. I think that's great. You want your youngsters to play at least 45 games. I think that's a great setup, and there will be under 20 leagues, under 18, under 16 league also. So let's see how they deal with that also. Killer Blaster. So I think guys, thank you. So as you guys already aware, the show is now every Thursday, 6 p.m. and hopefully we might do a midweek Monday or Tuesday live streaming also in coming days. We'll discuss on that. Transfer stories, keep an eye on Kerala.com. We are working on some stuff. It will be out hopefully very soon when we get the confirmation. So thank you very much for joining in. You can subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on on Twitter, and if you can send your question to for Steamac Podcast on Twitter, which we will discuss tomorrow with him. So, and hopefully we'll have more update in upcoming videos on this channel. Thank you for joining in. I will see you next Thursday, 6 p.m.